Due to recent events in Ferguson, Missouri and New York City, GCTV took the opportunity to visit Greenfield Police Headquarters to talk to the Chief of Police, Robert H. Haigh, Jr., about what procedures and practices are in place to prevent unequal and unfair treatment by police officers.
Because we're a civil service department, so I mean, you take a civil service test. You know, you get a group of names off a test. You know how many people you can interview, how many people you can potentially hire. After they go through a certain set of, standardized background checks, whether they've been arrested before, whether they've had traffic tickets before, general questionnaire type of stuff, we send our background people out to talk to people that know them. Our goal is in our field is to bring in people that have good morals and good character and are going to do their job fairly across the board and impartially while enforcing the law. And that's what our background checks are really for. It's really to get quality human beings in here. Officers are taught in the academy that you have to work on diffusing situations as opposed to, you don't want to fan the flames on something. Is there just a targeted set of trainings? No, I think we train in a broad sense. We want to treat everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, race, sex, otherwise. You need to treat everybody the same, or you're not going to be very effective. And we hope that we can give our officers the best training, the best equipment, the best leadership, and do our due diligence checking to make sure the people we're hiring are the people that the city of Greenfield wants to have representing them.
Chief Haigh went on to talk about how unequal treatment undermines the effectiveness of the police department.
Well, I think that goes back to you need to treat everyone like an equal. I mean, you have to treat everyone like they have. You can't treat somebody different because they have a ton of money or they don't have a ton of money or they're from this neighborhood or that neighborhood. You just can't do that. And if you do that, you will not be effective. I think that we have a lot of officers here who really take pride in their own neighborhoods and bring that to the ones that they come to work at. Some do live in town, some don't live in town. But I think when they come here to Greenfield to work and they might go home to Montague or wherever they go, they're treating Greenfield just like they would their own neighborhoods. I think that's the only way you can truly have justice is if you treat everybody justly. It's just the only way you can do it.
Increased visibility on the streets and non-discriminatory hiring practices are what Greenfield's police chief hopes will enhance general street safety.
I welcome anybody who wants to join this profession. It's a very noble profession. I don't care where you're from or where you've been. If you want to get involved in this profession, there are people out there that will be more than willing to sit down and talk to you and tell you some of the ins and outs. I look at everybody that wears a uniform as a police officer, and that's it. That's how I see them. I see, the men and women that work here in the Greenfield Police Department work very hard, and I think in the last year and a half since I've been here, I see a lot of faces that are happy to be back out in the community, and I've had a lot of response from the community, happy to see us back out in the community. It was tough for a while. They were down in manpower. We've had a lot of support to get that manpower back up, and the community, the downtown community especially. You're seeing more and more people out and about, and that's great. That's what Greenfield wants. They want a downtown that's going to be, a proud, thriving, safe place to be, and we need to be a part of that. We have to be down there too. I know things can be when it comes to shortages in staffing that can cause some gaps there. But one of our focuses is to get people back down on the street for us and walk amongst everyone just like regular citizens. And then yes, we have a job to do. So you do the job when you have to do the job, but otherwise you need to let people know you're there. So I find it hard to not look at anyone in our department as something other than a police officer, and other departments as well. We wear the same uniform, we do the same job, and all we can ask is for officers to do the best they can. We should be out there in a visible way that people feel comfortable whether it's on Facebook, whether it's a telephone, or whether it's, Cops and Coffee, whether it's something that they can relate to us on a different level than just law enforcement, because the public sees way more than we do. We can only see what we're driving around as sometimes. There's investigations going on when you're out trying to do it, but in a day-to-day thing, the public really is the best eyes and ears for a police department. And if they don't trust us, then they're not going to be seeing or hearing anything that they're willing to give us. But if we have a good relationship, if they trust us, if they believe that we're going to do the right thing when they contact us, then we're going to get those phone calls or those emails. And I think that's the only way to have that two-way street. It can't be just us doing things, but we have to return the favor. I mean, if people are reaching out to us, we better be doing our job to help those people that are coming to us with those issues. I'm concerned about all my officers as long as they continue to do their jobs, which I expect them to, and they expect each other to. And I'm just really hopeful, and I feel very confident in the work that they're doing, that they'll continue to move on that way, and that they're not driven by any particular agenda or bias. I just don't see that from our police officers, and I appreciate that. I believe that police officers in general, our town and other towns and cities, have the same agenda. They want to go out and just serve the public the best they can every day.
The Greenfield Police can be reached by calling 413-773-5411. You can go online to greenfieldpd.org or check them out on Facebook. And make sure to check back to gctv.org all this week for our ongoing community coverage and other pieces in this special series.